Bam. Boom, boom. Hello, everybody. How are we this fine day? Night? Night. This fine night. Yes, thank you. I am aware. Oh, Saribot has joined. Welcome in, Saribot. First time chat. Apparently Saribot didn't join chat last time. Okay, cool. I thought they were here previously. Apparently not. Alright. So now if we look really carefully down here somewhere. Yep, there we go. there's the chat window. That Saribot is here. Okay, let's reset our tracking. Bam. And there's an ad break coming up momentarily. Because we start an ad right off the bat so that we don't have to have pre-rolls later. So. Come on. There we go. Okay. Are we all here now? Let's see. This. And switch over to business. There we go. I really do need to add some more I have to mute those notifications. Getting a lot of new followers on Blue Sky, which is cool. I don't know if I'm on a list or somebody just thinks I'm kind of cool. Not sure how the Blue Sky followers are finding me. I know I am on a couple starter packs, which is cool. People put together like on Blue Sky, people put together like they're called starter packs. So it's a group of either like 20 or I don't remember where it tops out, but it's a group of channels to follow, kind of like a favorites list, and a lot of them do it themed, like there's one that's non-anime VTubers. I think I'm part of that one that somebody put together. Let's see what else is there. Old VTubers. Or old streamers. I think that one's necessarily stream. And then people just put together like people I find cool, accounts I find cool. It's not necessarily just for streamers or VTubers. It's anybody. Yeah. So that's a neat way to spread the love. I'm wondering, my tracking dies out over here a bit because I need to move my camera around. It is odd how my old webcam, I should probably just unplug it because it's a little warm and I haven't used it in like a month. Oh well. Tonight we are going to add some more stuff to Unity. Something I'm kind of excited about is will be character intro. Borderlands-style. Okay. And I still have to figure out the animation controller for all of this. Oh, I was gonna grab one of my other controllers, or a controller. I was gonna grab a controller so that I could operate this character a little more smooth, but that'll have to be next time. No stream prep time today. I think I lost my eyebrow shader at some point. could be related to, yes. It is probably related to when I was playing with the textures here. There we go, testing. Oh, that shows up so quick. That shows up so quick. Okay, we have a new emote. I have two animated emotes waiting for approval. So we've got the look, and I have an animated version of look. And I toss this guy in the free tier because for followers, because why not? That's a good place for it. And it's kind of funny because this is unintentional. It's completely unintentional so far. Turn off that bright light for one thing. There we go. Completely unintentional so far. But if we look over at the emotes, you might not be able to tell as easily from here, but all the follower emotes have blue eyes. My blue eyes. And then the tier 1 subs have orange eyes. So I thought that was a neat coincidence. But I kind of like the emotes can tell. You can tell a little story with them. I thought that was a neat little thing that I kept in mind. So you can say, "What's this over here? You? Hi." You know, you can kind of string them together. Do like, not really animations, but you know. It's the little things sometimes. I do plan on still adding a number of extra emotes, though I do need more subscribers before I can unlock some more slots. I want to say like four slots left, open slots. Yeah, something like that. Okay. So, where are we? Unlock the camera. Okay, so from last time, oops, let's hide chat while we're at it. There. So from last time, I had this guy up before. 1 minute here. Get a little candy ASMR here. There we go. Okay, so I have the TV screen behind me. There we go. I do still want to add in the physical camera. I'm going to call it physical, even though this is all digital. But I do want to add in the physical camera. So I could look over, I think it's right about here. So I can look over here and you'll see a little floating camera, or a security camera maybe. We actually have those in one of the asset packs, so that should be easy to find. Okay. What is the other thing I was going to do? I might fix the textures off screen, so that I can do my, oops, doesn't work with that one anyways. So I can do my changing, because I want my tie to match up again. And it's cool the eyes go. And they are glowing a little bit at least, right? Maybe a little bit. They need to glow more. Yes. Okay, so let's see what else we got. Cameras. I'm going to test the cameras tonight. I saw something cool when I was looking on how to switch back and forth with the cameras. Here, let's. Okay, so right now we have a third-person camera. It's the one that comes with the third-person starter pack. So theoretically, according to that one, hopefully not too out of date. Hopefully not too out of date tutorial. Excuse me. I should just be able to go over to here. Let's see, we've got Cinema Machine, or Cinemachine. Cinemachine, yes. You see that? Yeah, you can see that over there. Okay. So theoretically, I should just be able to enable this camera and it'll go to it. You know, the, yeah, it should just switch to that cam. Oh, it doesn't have a live camera, maybe. What does this one have? Okay, Cinemachine Brain live. Oh, I have two Cinemachines. Oh, that's no good. I think. Yeah, this one also has a spout sender. So I can actually bring up this feed over in. That's nice. Oh wait, no, it's right here. Wait, what the heck is going on? What the heck is going on? Okay. Spout sender, render test. Okay, so what do we got over here then? What is on my green screen camera? Green screen camera also has a Cinema Machine handler. Here we go, output render test. Oh no, what it is? Oh no, this is sloppy. This is sloppy. Oh boy. So, I'm right and wrong at the same time. So I have the scripting, the component. Ah, there we go. I have the component for this lovely spout capture you're seeing in the big in the middle of the screen. I have that component on the wrong camera. But it doesn't matter where the component is, it's just out there. So what I should do is I should move, once we're out of play mode here, what I should do is I should move this code. Can you see it? Oh, you can kind of see it. Sorry, that's as high as I can scroll. I should move this spout sender script off of the main camera because it doesn't belong there. It did at one point. It did at one point belong there. But I should put that on my spout. Oh, spout receiver. I should put it over here. Or somewhere to keep track of things better. Okay. Well, that makes more sense for me then. So what happens if we... Okay, there's the green screen camera. That's its own camera. What if I enable that? Oh, that's curious. Look, there's another one of me. How many me's are there? No way! Oh, look at that! So everybody, that is interesting. This is an interesting experiment already. I will clue you in all on that later. Very interesting. Okay, so what we have now is many Rusties. In fact, there's one right here too. So in the middle is the follower camera. And the big one, it doesn't matter if I point to myself because we're all pointing to ourselves. We're a collective. We're a legion. Okay, so interesting. You can stack cameras. So this is probably one of the ways that this is accomplished. this. So what we're looking at is two cameras rendering to the same texture. And part of me really wants to know how that is being, like what order they're in. See, what I was expecting was that the cameras would, zoom in between them, and the active camera would then take control. But that's not what's happening here. At least I think that's not what's happening here. We do not need an audio listener. Okay, so that's the spout sender. It is on. Now it is off. Oh, okay. Spout is funny. Because we're sending... Okay. So it's a confusion thing. It was doing what I was saying, but then I messed with it. Let's go find that sender again. There we go. Now we're back. But unfortunately, we're not back as intended, because now we are showing too much. Because the green screen camera is showing more stuff. So now we know how it's stacked. Okay, so the front of the stack is my transparent capture. Behind that is, over on the right side of the screen is another version of me. That is curious. Okay. Oh boy, let's see. How do we blend in between the cameras? Camera activated event. Probably want to put something in here while switching between the cameras. So for now, we're going to turn off the green screen camera. Ta-da! Okay. Yeah, so that was unintended. Unintended, but interesting. Interesting. Okay, so this is the camera. Boy, this is the camera that we are seeing in the middle of the screen. See, we can't have any fancy post-processing or anti-aliasing on it. Aliasing. Yeah. We can have shadows, so that's nice. We have a little shadow. Ooh. See? There is a way around the post-processing. Basically, I will have two cameras stacked up, kind of like we just saw. And one will be solely for, basically this one will be solely for the alpha channel, the cutout, so that we can have a transparent background. And then the other one will have the full effects, like the in-game camera. So then I will have all my bloom and my nice shadows and chroma color correction and all that fun stuff. Yeah, so this is very interesting, how it stacks and everything. Still not quite what I was expecting. Okay, let's get out of this area. Oops. There we go. Zoom out a little bit. Hello. Okay, I'm gonna lock the camera here. So I need to find another camera to warp to. Now, I was under the impression that I could just turn on... See, here's another camera. I'm not using this one. I was under the impression that I could just I could enable this camera and it would flow to it. But there must be something in the Cinema Machine brain that allows it to move back and forth. What does this one say? Okay, so this one, way down here. This one says the live camera is the player follow camera. Live blend. I wonder if that's what needs to be switched to. Okay, well, this isn't super important to what I want to accomplish tonight. So, yeah. Hey, wait a second. Wait a second. Yeah, I thought the textures were a little bit more off than they should be. Okay, yeah, we'll definitely need to fix some of that. But first, let's check. We got we have our working computer. We have our not working but still cool screensaver. All right. Tonight, one of the things I wanted to work on was a character intro. And I'm going to do as much of it as possible, at least for the demo. At least for the demo. Do as much as possible here in Unity. One of the alternate ways I could do it is make like a stinger transition in OBS. Or should I? Yeah, and then just capture that source and overlay it here within the game. Or I could just do it in OBS. That is also completely valid. Another thing we could do is After Effects. Make the cool stinger could make it in After Effects. Well, yes, on my work computer. Could do that, or any animation software really. Make this cool, splash screen. I'm calling it character introduction screen, like you would have in like Borderlands, for instance, where they're like, "Hey, here I am." It goes behind the character, shows up behind the character with a cool splash, some slightly moving text, big old paint splatter. Yeah. But I figure we could do that right here. That could turn out pretty cool. However, I keep seeing things that I want to tweak. And some of them have to be tweaked live. So here we are. Oh, I like that I can see the main camera in the main camera. I want to find that, the monitor. Is it this one? Here's chat quad, spout receiver. Nope, that's my code. Is it interesting seeing it in different perspectives? Yep. Yeah, it's interesting seeing in the different perspectives because it's kind of neat. Let's see. We want not chat quad. I don't think it's. No, it should be. It should be. Oh boy. It is gonna be over in the Office pack. Now that I think about it. There we go. Look at we're a live view of a live view of a live view. I would like to cut down on the tunnel effect. I have to brainstorm. There you go. TV OBS screen. I constantly forget. See right behind me, right here? There's a search bar. And I actually started naming things properly. So this one's on me. I could have just typed in TV OBS. All my spout receives. So anything coming out of OBS into the playground. They're gonna be TV. Future note. The VOD watchers get the the best info. Okay, material is TV material OBS. TV material OBS. And I do believe we are doing emissive. Oh, that's bright. Okay. Let's put a map on it. This one. Oops. Come on. Oh. Okay, now that should show up a lot brighter. And it looks like it's still showing up real time, so that's cool. Should it be showing up real time though? So a tricky thing about the spout receiver is, I'll show you with the code. It has a target texture, but it also has, oh, I wonder if it's because it's going to the same object. But if you look here, it says targeted render. You have the object. Okay, so this is the let's see, let's do this one, because this is what we're looking at on the monitor right here. Everywhere, boom, 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 boom. Monitors everywhere. So this is my OBS source, or the filter. Start over. In OBS, I have, it's called the game screen, because that is what y'all are watching. That's what I have it called. So on the game scene, I have a spout filter that's basically says, okay, this feed is okay to send through spout. Now in Unity here, we have this little spout receiver script. And here's the source that it's listening to. Here's the texture, which is right here. Not the material, mind you, texture. So that's for some reason they're two separate things. Okay, so we have the texture that it's applying the feed to. I'm gonna call it a feed. And then a target renderer is the object. In this case, it's the monitor screen. TV OBS screen. And then the property of the material on that screen. So what if you have more than one material? It's a little convoluted. There is another spout sender receiver combo, but I don't know if it works. I didn't want to test it because it is stopped being updated about 6 years ago or 8 years ago. I think it was 6 years ago. So I'm gonna leave that be. Okay. So now what I need to do this, I'm gonna go offline because now we know it works. So it's emissive, so it shows up significantly more vibrant because it's emitting light in admittedly a hacky way. Okay. Let's see. We can put this back on the tab here. So here's what we're looking at. It'll slowly update. There we go. Probably when I click on it. So, where are we? Material. TV material. Okay, it is interesting what Unity updates, or what Unity saves and what it does not save when you're in play mode. I noticed this last time, messing with the materials and textures. You can do those live and those changes carry over. If you're doing something like up here, when you're changing drop downs or fields, it does not save those. So it is interesting to see what does and does not change when you're live. Because one fun thing you can do live, assuming you're using the same preference settings is like you can take like a light, and you can, when you're live, you can move it around to where you want it, because then you're getting live feedback, right? And then you can like, copy settings. Oh, let me move over a little bit more. There you go. You can like copy or read properties, or reset properties. You can copy the properties, like position, rotation. And then when you're back in editing mode, not play mode, you can paste those right back in here. And then you have the updated values. So yes. Okay, so one thing down. Okay. Let's get back. Let's get out of the green screen area. Oh, ad break in 1 minute. News 2 out of 3. I'm pretty sure I didn't snooze. I'm pretty sure I didn't snooze those. Unless it's counting my snooze from like Monday? Well, that's not cool if it keeps that granular of keeping track. Okay, so one of the things I messed with. Why do these guys have Lambert 1? They should not have Lambert 1. They should have... Gray? Nope, not gray. Oh, that's what's wrong. Okay. This looks cool, but it is not good. I was in play mode and I thought this wouldn't carry over. So all my textures got messed up, which is fine because I need to re-import him soon anyways. Here, let's, there we go. Now my eyebrows are a little darker again. So yes, I need to fix this one. PolyOffice Rusty got changed to a different type of renderer. What is this one? Office texture copy. Yep, so it got changed to a different kind of render because I was playing with some cool wireframe effects. And it kind of came back to bite me when I tried switching back from the cool wireframe effects. But it looked super cool. I'm going to be doing it with a script next time where I safely load my original materials, which, you know, you see on the body currently, loads those materials, saves them to a, saves the data basically, and then applies the new texture, which in this case will be a really cool wireframe. And then when I want to switch back, it swaps those. So, future plans. Okay. But here we are going to do our Borderlands. It's crazy that it affected both models though. Might as well fix both. Ew. No, that is off. Why is that off? Oh no. Never mind, we're gonna... Oops. What is... Oh, jeez. Something else got messed up there. Are your eyes? Your eye? Oh no. Okay. This should not be this. Pardon me while I go to fix random things that should not need fixing. Particles. There we go. Do not know why that defaulted to... In fact, I could probably just fix this one while I'm at it. Okay, actually, let's see if we can refix the eyebrows. Nope. Okay. Tangents aside, who knows, maybe that export, because it's an older version of the VC face model here. It's an older version of that, so maybe the eyebrows weren't set up properly in the first place. However, we're gonna save this just so that we do not further mess with it. Anywho, okay. So what I want now is the Borderlands-style thing. And we're gonna do that right here. Because I'm gonna attach it to the, let's see. Probably the player follow camera. Because I want it to be seen. Yes. I don't want it to be behind the player. Attached to the player. I want it to be behind the player no matter where the camera is. So if I hit the intro button or like a raid triggers it, because that was one of my ideas, is that a raid alert trigger, comes in from Twitch. I read that info and triggers the event that it either says like raid coming in from so and so, or it says, it introduces my character. It's like bam, Rusty, a robot factory, internet puppet, something like that. But you'd see it right here, even though I'm facing away from the camera. Whereas the chat right here currently is attached to the player capsule. So the whole player unit, the armature. But I can turn it off. But yes, I need that to just spawn in right behind me no matter what. So let's find our cursor and do that. Okay. We're going to start smart. And before I start adding animations and text everywhere and all that, I'm going to have it pop in. We're still hooked up? Yep, there it goes. Okay. Okay, so I'm gonna start off by making it here. So let's make a new empty game object. We're gonna call this intro container. And I'm going to put that on the player follow camera. I might need to put it on the main camera. Testing. We'll do some testing. Okay, and within that, we're going to create a pixel perfect camera. Interesting. We'll create let's just do a quad. I'm going to call this quad. We'll call it intro quad. Sure. Now, where is this intro quad? It is at the origin. When I imported this whole space level, I should have moved it all so that origin would always be right near where my character was. Just for ease of everything. Oops, where'd you go? Where'd you go? Intro quad. Alright, let's put you right behind the character. Spin you 180, or I could just have it be double-sided. Let's do 180, it's easier for now. Okay, that is weird. Why is it flaking out? Also, the lighting's a little weird. Are we doing okay, everyone? Yes. Are we doing... Yeah, the lighting looks a little odd. Chat, are you still seeing us? No drop frames. Thanks. Okay, still here. I wonder why it's disappearing like... Oh, I know why. Collider. I appreciate, and I also don't appreciate that everything comes default with a collider. We can remove that component altogether. So why it was flaking in and out is because the a collider means it's going to be affecting collisions, and the follow camera does not go through walls, and so it must have been within the within the sphere of influence. So it was spazzing out because it didn't know where to go. Okay, got that. You can just leave it a little square for now. Let's add some text into there too. Ooh, effects. Text Mesh Pro. Oh my goodness. Okay, first time. Oh, okay. Oh, I mean, it threw an error. Well, thanks. No, I'm good with that. Okay, what do we got here? Text Mesh Pro, sample text. Okay, cool. Oh, that is indeed sample text, isn't it? Oh, you know what? This is backwards. So what we are going to do is we're going to spin this container around 180. And then our intro quad does not have to be 180. There we go. And that should fix that. Unless it doesn't. We'll find out. We can always undo. Okay, this text is huge. Width is 20. Height is 5. Interesting. Okay, let's see. What do we all got here? Liberation Sans SDF material. That must be the font. Font size 36. Let's make it a little less. And centered. Whoa. And it's way the heck over there. Okay. One thing that would be really nice is if you could switch between local and world coordinates. Now you can do that with code. For example, I would want this sample text to be at 0 based on the intro container. You know, this game object that I created. And let my game object say where it's all going to be. That'd be nice. Let's see. Anchors scale. There we go. There, now it is where the handle is. Cool, cool, cool. Still a huge font size. Dang. Extra settings. Oh, wow, there's all sorts of fun stuff. Cool, cool, cool. You can outline the text. Very nice. I will be using that. Liberation Sans SDF material. I assume it's just the text material. Cool, cool. Now I can nerd out with the nerd out about the text. Okay, material preset. Where's my font? Really? You can't just have a font? Huh. I guess this is where you would import your own graphics instead of using this text mesh device. The reason I wanted to use... Oh, wait, what's this? Oh my goodness. Open font license, yes, yes. From Google. Imported object is just a font. So is it like true type or, well, there's open type, so it's OTF. Or... Wait, no, right here it says Pro Fonts TTF. So why can't you just get any font? Well, I will dig into this. For now, I guess we'll be using the basic ass font. Again, I could just pull this right from OBS, but I want to do as much of it possible within Unity, or within, not within Unity, but within my own game here. Because I want to change it with scripting. You know, I want to be able to change the text itself. I don't want to have to pull in, you know, I don't want to have to rely on too many different programs for dynamic text. It just seems really odd. I will have to look up more stuff. Definitely look up more stuff. For now, though. Yeah, it's just kind of bonkers to me that you can't just use a system font. But I assume you can just drag it in to your... Yeah. Again, we will worry about that later. Honestly, if we're doing, if I'm doing this splash intro, I will probably want some of the elements to be movies. Or at least textures brought in from elsewhere. So I have more control over it. Like, you know, make it in Photoshop or Clip Studio. Draw it up real nice. Instead of doing everything dynamically. So... Pivot rotation. But yeah, I had wanted to bring this in. Bring this in here and then use the character animator to move it around. And let's make it all one word here. And oh, that looks kind of cool with the the distortion. For now, we're gonna use that basic font. And I know where my quad went. Aha. When I messed with the game object, the quad disappeared. Excuse me. Do 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 do. Okay. Oh no. That is interesting. I mean, it's intended. It's like that is working properly. Ish. Oof. Definitely properly-ish. So it is sticking with the game object. This is my fault. This is my fault. Okay. Let's unrotate that. Now, why would it do that? Why is it not centered? Like, why are these items not centered to the game object? Guess we gotta move them manually. Okay, where is this intro container? It is at... let's put it at 0, 0. Find this guy. Well, this gets more and more odd. Apparently 0, 0 is over here. I think this is something to do with making something within a game object. I'm sure there's a reason for this quirk. I'm sure there's a valid reason for why it is. Why it do be like this. Okay. Now let's see what it looks like. Okay, there we go. It's too far away right now, but it is properly attached to the camera. It almost just looks like an overlay, but it is in fact part of the world. And man, that is interesting how the post-processing affects that. So the post-processing for the bloom must also rely on the distance to another object. So that was one of the reasons that was one of the things I was confused about with the chat box here. Chat box behind me, or to the side of me. I was confused because it was like layered oddly. Lock the camera. Excuse me. Okay, let's go back over here. So now we would want these things to move. Well, we also want to lower them. So you can tell they're not just an overlay, you know, which it kind of looks like it's, you know, like a just pasted on top of everything. However, when you zoom the camera in and out, you know, it stays put. Okay. So first of all, we should lower these items a little bit so we're closer to 0. Where is 0? So 0 is where the game object is. Oh, that is confusing. Yeah, there. Now it's at... Something was misbehaving. Must have stumbled upon some kind of odd quirk. There. Now I'm going to take the whole thing and move it up from 0. Okay, okay. I didn't really want to spend all day on this, did I? Okay. So, what we are going for, we're going to drag this on over. Don't really need to see. I mean, I'm not signed in, so you get some dating ads. Because, yeah, I go to YouTube to get dating ads. Anyways. Oh, good lord, that's... Yeah, you should be all thankful to have desktop audio muted. Okay, so... Bam. It's got a cool zoom in, shows off their power, and then... There's a little, usually a little flash, and then a slow-mo, and the stuff pops up behind it. And then slowly moves back, but so quickly. Sometimes the background moves too. The comic book looking background. Okay, hers didn't, but her text moved. Let's see what his does. Maybe that was in Borderlands 2 where that also moved. Yes, okay, in Borderlands 2 it moved all over the place. Ah, it also freeze framed. Like in what might be its inspiration. Oh, what movie was that? Had Brad Pitt, Irish. It's on the tip of my tongue. It starts with a C. Okay, yeah, so they're slightly different. That's interesting. I thought they would have stuck with the same formula, but you know, you gotta switch it up a little bit. Okay, let's look at this one again. So I like how clean the Borderlands 3 intros are, but I like kind of the shakiness of the Borderlands 2 intros. Smash, boom. Okay, yes. So in Borderlands 3, they're still moving. They're not a freeze frame. Though I could take a freeze, you know, a screenshot kind of, and then, you know, do the zoom in thing, which could be kind of cool. You can do that. You can do screenshots within using the camera tools. Okay. Hide that over there. Let's do that. Okay. Gotta load up something here on the side. There we go. Okay. Just gonna go into Stream Elements quick here and change a setting. Ooh, ad incoming. There we go. And save. Gonna make sure all my bots are behaving themselves. Yes, okay. So, Rusty Robot Factory, and we'll add another one. Can I just duplicate this? Yes. Make that a little bit smaller. Font size 2.4. All right. So what we are going to do is we're going to animate these now. So we can toggle it on and off. That's cool already. I'm gonna put that in my script right off the bat. Might as well do it under character rig because I had everything else hiding in there. I will refactor that at some time and sort out the scripts a little bit more efficiently. Or at least separate it into various components, because dang, it's gonna get messy. All right, let's make another serialized field because we like those. Oh, you can't actually see. Hello. Nothing proprietary here. I'm calling this intro splash. So we'll just use this for now. Yes. Okay. On update. Do I have on start? Where is on my start? On start must be somewhere else. Because on start, I want it to be invisible. So for now, I want to trigger this manually. And we're running out of keys. Okay, what do we got? H, J, K. Let's go L. I had a toggle called the intro splash. Yeah, let's do this one right here. Intro splash. There. And that literally just toggles the visibility. So what I should do is I should have, because you can detect if something is visible or not, I'm going to have another script. The script is going to be within the splash, the intro splash. And that script, it will then detect, it's like, hey, am I visible or not? I think that'll be the good way to do that. And then it'll it'll turn on, everything I want to do. So basically it'll start the animations when it is visible. Unless we can do that within the animation controller. Set that. Intro splash. So that. See, right now it's on, which isn't ideal. There. Toggle on and off, just like all sorts of other things, like my hats. Okay. My hats. This light. My two characters. Okay, enough of that. Find the cursor. Talk to myself. So we're gonna have a little bit of fun here. Let's make a scenes, settings, starters. Make a new folder. Create folder, and we'll call it animations. And in this animations, yes. In this animations, we're going to do a new animation clip. Create an animator and an animation clip. Oops, okay. Create. Where is that animator? Okay, this I have to look up to see how I did it before. Because these are new things to me. Okay, so this door over here. This door currently has an animator attached to it. An animation clip. Opens the doors, closes the doors, and it repeats. In fact, you can see it right here. Simple. Oh, how did I do that before? To begin animating intro quad, create an animator and an animation clip. Well, I want to do text because I want it to move ever so slightly. There we go. Okay. Intro splash. Name. And we're just going to make it just slide just a little bit. Looks like the transform. Oh, we could change the font size and everything too. That's nice. Font size, the color. We could animate all sorts of things. Position. There we go. So it's gonna be here. Let's zoom out a bit. Let's make it about 2 seconds. 2 seconds, and we are going to Or do we have to key the first one? We might have to key the first one. Key. There we go. Okay, now go to the end. And let's, not the height. I think they just slowly slide away. So we will slowly slide it. And let's make it a little bit bigger too. We'll have to add another. There, we'll do that. There. Okay, text scale. Key that. Oops, keyed it at the end. Key it here. Key, go to here. Select the key. Scale. And key it again. Okay, now let's see what we got. Does not move. Why does it not? Okay, so we have there. And the position did not move. Thought I set the keyframe for the position. Oh, that is interesting. So it didn't actually move the position. This is curious and curious, isn't it? Let's do the rotation as well. Okay, back to the beginning. Rotation. Let's key this across the board. Now we're going to spin it just a little bit. Key that. Not at the very least. Why did it key the rotation there? And that left that at 0. I think I'm missing something here with the keyframing. Okay, so key that. There, now it saved it. That is interesting. I wonder if there's an auto key you can turn on. There we go. Okay. Oof. Sorry, I was zoned in there a bit. Okay, I do want it to move though. So, position you. And you. So I wonder if that was just never keyed. Position. Go to that position. No, it doesn't move it. Okay, that is freaking bizarre. I do not understand that. So we're just gonna leave that as it is for now. Let's put this back to 0, I guess. Try to figure out where it was. Okay. So now what do we got? Okay. Got a slight rotate. Bigger scale. Good. Probably a little faster than I actually wanted anyway. Okay. So that's good enough. We gotta rename these things. Text. What? Intro. Disk. Let's just make a name. Text. I'm gonna rename this. Let's see if it breaks it. Intro name. Text. Okay, did not break it. Cool. So what we want to do here is add some properties. I want it to show up slightly later. Oof, that's a lot of stuff. Okay, scale. I want it to be active or not. Color enabled. Yep, it looks like enabled is a property we're looking for. So we're going to key that as disabled. Go to about a quarter of a second. So this, for some reason, the second looks like minutes. And we're going to go just a little bit in. Drop a keyframe, make it enabled. Bam. Bam. Okay, now we want to do basically the same thing we did on the other one. And I wonder, can we copy these? No. Okay. Oh, we ran out of music. Add a property. Let's do a little, now that we know what does what. Just add the rotation. And let's add in scale. So we're going to scale it slightly. And we're going to rotate it slightly. Probably the other way. Start there and over here. Key that. Bam. See, now this takes place over a second. I should really zoom this out again. Move all of these keys. 2 seconds at least. That's happening pretty fast. Bam. Okay. And now we want scale. So we have that set. So that's keyed. Go to the end and bump up the scale. But not by much, not by much. Okay. Okay, so now we're gonna save. Intro quad, and we're gonna leave that as is for now, I think. Yeah, we're going to test the text first. And then, yes, we're going to test the text first, and then we're going to put the image on there. I'm going to use my my social media banner. Okay, so in the animator, how do we programmatically tell something to start? Let's see what it does right off the bat. That's kind of cool. That's kind of cool. However, it keeps going. Why does it keep going? There's probably something in here that says, oh, transitions, okay. Motion speed 1. Oh, yeah, we can link these to all sorts of different things. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna need to read up on this a little bit. I'm gonna need to read up on this a little bit. Bum, 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 bum. But for now, let's see, okay, actually, how do you, okay, it enters and then exits. So how do you do that? Ooh. Is it that simple? Is it as simple as just making an exit? So it basically plays once and leaves. That's theoretically what it does. Now, which one is that? Let's see if that does it. Oh, that's funny. It goes back. It doesn't actually exit. Oh, that is weird to me. That is... I want it to be gone. Gone. Okay. I will look this up off screen so I don't bore the heck out of everybody. But it is coming along. That's kind of neat. Why it doesn't stay exited is bizarre to me. That it keeps repeating. But that is just something I need to look up. I probably need to put an on state and an off state in here somewhere. So you can't see that. Exit. Okay, we will worry about that later. I'm gonna start this in. Off mode. And what we're going to do, intro quad, we're going to slap a material on there. Need a new material. We are going to call this intro splash mat. Splash mat. Receive shadows. Probably. I should also have a light source right in front. I want to do all sorts of things like a dolly zoom. Or dolly zoom? Oh, what do they call that? It's where you zoom in, but you also adjust the depth of field at the same time. So you get that tunnel effect. It's like, whoa. Yeah. That sudden realization, like, what? You know, like that. Okay, so we want that. I'm going to turn those off. We have a lit. And for the base map, we are going to grab it and bring it over to, excuse me, we're going to go grab it and bring it over to our project here. So that it doesn't have to try and grab that later, because that gets messy. Do. Pictures. Now, where do we have that social media stuff? You would think I'd be organized. You would think I'd be organized. We'll just put it in here under, well, that's the dark mode banner though. That's the dark mode banner. Friendly mode. Here we go, the perfect one. I love this shot. Okay, we're gonna find that. We're gonna drop this in under here. There we go. Let's see what that looks like. Our material is... Isn't this fun? You get to see me stumbling along, having a good old time here. Base map. And now... Oh, that's hideous. Okay, cool. Let's see, that'd be 1080 by...
Here's what I found.
Oh, Jesus. That... I did not ask for your help, Google. I really didn't. That was a Google Assistant jump scare. Wow. Extra interesting because I have I have notifications turned off. Oh. Super exciting there. It was 2.1? Or is it 1.85? I think it's somewhere around there. Close enough anyways. Now we lock that and we can scale it up bigger. Hehehe. Okay, that, if I can get it to stop pulsating, that's actually kind of cool. Just need to make it a little off center, like the whole shebang. Wait, did that only go so many? 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, no, I must have pressed something. I must have bumped something. Bam. Bam. Yep, I probably just need to put in a script that exits the animation. It's odd that there's just not a checkbox for that. Okay, cool, cool. And this will probably be our last ad break. So, enjoy. Get out of play mode here. Move the whole container a little bit to this way. Or maybe move intro quad back a little bit. 0.3, no, 0.2. Move back negative 0.2. There. It's interesting that you can't just make generic animations. You know, like, just rotate Y. And then apply, drop it onto everything. So that's interesting. Intro splash, what should I call it? Image, intro splash, backdrop. Add property, transform. We're going to do a rotation and a scale. I'm going to do this the same as everything else. It's going to be at 2. Let's see. Oh, and let me know what ads you get. I'm always curious to see. Though I suppose it would be tailored to your experience. So maybe don't tell me what kind of ads you get. I can see how that might be a little invasive. My apologies. Ooh, add event. Yeah, I definitely need to look up more about this. Like, would the event be exit? Or the event, is it waiting for an event to trigger? Or is it able to trigger an event? I guess that'd be the proper way to do that. Okay. Now let's go to the end. Rotation. Go this way, and also, nope, not that one, this one. Oh, adds over, adds possibly over, anyways, and set keys. And now we'll do the scale. That's there. That's over here. Set key. There we go. Simple. I'm going to save this right now. And I want to see what this event thing is. What is this? Function. No function selected. Okay, so it is looking for a code function. There's no code. Ah. Ding, ding, ding. Um, yeah, I could make it visible or invisible. Okay, we're gonna do that. But we're not gonna do it to everyone. Intro, splash. I wonder if I could have condensed all these onto one animation container. Okay. So what we're gonna do? Yep. Oh, interesting. Call, update, transforms, controller, blah, blah, blah. Interesting, interesting. Okay, let's just try it this way for now. What we're going to do is game object is active. Simple. Oops, that I must not have done that right. Why isn't it? Oh, wait. Why isn't it letting me add that? Okay, I have my clip. Add property. Oh no, I could have done all of that. Oh. So instead of making 4 separate controllers, I could have had everything right here. And that would have been so much better. Sigh. Yep. Fun. Okay. Game object is active. Transform. Okay, so why can I not use the... You know what? Let's just try that. Why can't I add these properties? This is so interesting to me. Oh, anyways, all right there. They were being filtered. Why they were being filtered? Unknown. Okay, and this is probably not the proper way to do this, but this is how I'm going to do this. For now. I promise to go look these things up afterwards. Okay, so we're here. We're going to keyframe. Yes. Oops. We're going to keyframe. Record. There is a recording mode. You don't need to adjust everything manually. Okay. You just make the changes and it saves the keyframe changes. Noob. Did I mention noob? I'm not sure. Usually I have newbie Unity in... or Unity, newbie in Unity as the stream title when I'm doing this, doing these shenanigans. Okay. So let's go here. Select these all again. Boom, boom, boom. Bam. Boom. Okay, so technically this will run once. I would like to know if I need to, or probably the better way to do this, I'm sure, would be to, when I hit the button or trigger the event to show the splash, it loads it. It does its thing, and then it unloads it from memory. Now this isn't taking up a whole lot of space, but if I were to have a movie, a movie file playing doing this, it'd be nice to unload that from memory. Okay, let's try it out. Oh, that is interesting. What? It should be stopping. Your card animation has no function name specified. It should be ending after. That is very odd. But I suppose if it repeats, it just because it's repeating. Okay. Yes, we will figure out off camera how to stop these things. Because what I just did was completely useless. This is completely useless because it just loops. So it turns it off for like 1 frame and then goes back on. Yeah. Let's try it one more time. God, that looks cool though. Bomb. I need to probably double the length of time. It's like, and then also, yeah, so double the length of time and make it end. That'd be really good if it just ended. Other than that, it's not too bad. Not too bad for a first shot. Now, what we are going to do is we're going to move this whole container because I need it off to the side. Yeah, we can totally just get rid of this whole animator, huh? I need something that triggers it to play, so the code of hitting the button, not just making it visible or not. And I need something to remove it when it's done. So on exit. And it's in there, I just need to look it up. Okay, cool. So we're gonna go like this. So what I'm gonna do off stream is I'm going to figure out what I just said, how to make it just exit. And then condense these animations all into the container animation. They don't all need to be separate. I'm also going to make let's make it visible again. I'm going to make the name and title, or description, the name and description is going to be controlled by a variable. So I can just type that in here. So I can type that in here, or when the event is triggered, it goes. In case I want to pull like random descriptions. Actually, that'd be fun. I'm gonna write that down. Random descriptions. It's funny because you could also pull in things like, what was I last playing, and all that kind of stuff if I really wanted to. So it's like a shout out, but for myself. I mean, it's a character intro. It's not a self-indulgent, narcissistic shout out for yourself. No. But okay. So we make that invisible. Just double check that one more time. Okay, we're here. Turn the, nope. Turn the bright idea off. And okay. Yeah, I just need to make that stop looping because that's obnoxious. Oh, welcome in Mega Mocap. No, I am working on a Borderlands-style intro splash, and I wanted to do it all within Unity and not just pull it in a like a stinger video. So yeah, so currently I just have it hotkeyed to. I should probably have it scaled to the. Yeah, I think I'm going to add in code to detect. Basically so it fills the screen, not as an overlay, but so it fills the whole game screen, and not just if I'm zoomed in close like this. I currently have it tied to the camera, so it'll haunt me wherever I go. But yeah, it loops, and I didn't look into the animation. I'm just learning the animation controller, and I didn't look into it enough to get it to stop looping without just going like that. So, bam, and then I quickly do that. Tutorials, more tutorials. Oh, but one fun thing, if I hit the right key. Hi. We've got chat attached to the character, as well you should be. So, I've added a few things recently. Yes, this will follow me. However, it's not attached to the camera, it is attached to the player. So if I turn around, yeah. But yeah, it is definitely attached there. I do need to play with the camera settings for sure, because I want a little bit more control over the camera. One of the next things on my to-do list is to give myself a control overlay, so that I don't have to have 1,000, my whole keyboard as hotkeys. Yeah, so one of the things I do need to do is, you notice how it blurs? I need to detach it from the post-processing stack so that the depth blur doesn't make it completely illegible. Because there's something kind of off about it, whereas the blur is more affected by what's behind this spout source, this texture. So if there's something behind it, like reasonably close to being behind it, it will stay in focus. You see how it's pretty much in focus? Whereas if there's nothing behind it, that's when it gets all blurry, even though it's in the same sweet spot for the depth of field. So I think that's just a post-processing quirk. Because, let's turn off post-processing. Where are you? Post stuff. Bam. See, now everything is in focus because I turned off the depth of field. And see, where is depth of field? There. So theoretically, now this will be fixed. This should always be in focus. Yep. So it's something to do with the depth of field not liking my texture. Yeah, because there's not much to it. There's not much to the depth of field. So let's turn are these all turned back on? These are all turned back on. Okay. Those are hats. Teleport. Yes, I've been playing with the getting sources in and out of Unity. So we have our a couple of placeholders. So there's a chat window, and also stream is on my computer screen now. Yes, I figured it is the transparency having problems with the depth of field. But look, here we have the infinite window. So this is taking the stream as you see it, or as I see it in OBS. So as you guys are actually seeing it, and it's applying it, bringing it into Unity and applying it towards this to this computer monitor here. So I'm not using NDI, I'm using Spout. So theoretically, this is less taxing on the computer, because it's all on the graphics card anyways, all on the GPU. So there we are. But yeah, no, transparency and depth of field. It applies other things properly, like the other things from the post-processing. So we got some chromatic aberration, the separation there. Actually, this one will probably show up just fine because there is a surface, some polygons close to it. Whereas if we come out here, see, look, it's the same, but there's nothing behind it. So that's when it gets flaky. What I'll probably do is just remove this chat from the post-processing in the camera. That is my plan for that. So then we don't have to worry about it. I'll add it to a different layer and have that layer not be part of the post-processing, which I'll need to do for other things anyways. But yeah, so that's some of the fun I've been doing this week in the little Unity world here. Changing up textures and starting to build up. Oops, I'm on the wrong screen here. There you go. Start to build up things in this little sandbox to make it more of my own playground, the finished product. Oh, and Unity console's yelling at me down there about improperly doing things, but that's okay. But yeah. Cool. Yeah, I have to be careful with a bunch of things. Animation event has no function name specified. Yes, I started adding a thing and then didn't follow through with that. Where are we? Intro quad as an event. There. And that should fix that. Theoretically, that fixed that. But it might not like that until afterwards. He spends so long building out your environment, but 90% of his stream is just in one spot. Yeah, so that's something that, well, I mean, is that for, because you're a hybrid of doing the motion capture, but also, you know, your IRL, your actual self. I notice a lot of VTubers, and this is perfectly fine, this is just, you know, observation, they will plant themselves in one spot. So they build out this cool environment, maybe it has, you know, cool stuff in the background and everything, but, you know, they will be in their one spot, you know, and that's it. So like this will be like the camera in the corner of the screen, like, hi, I'm currently sitting here in the corner of the screen right now. Yeah, but that's perfectly fine, and I know it can get it's almost like a gimmick to be able to run around in, you know, like run around in this environment. Remember back in the day, actually there's a few people who I remember they set up a really cool environment and then you ran around for a bit, but it was more like an experiment. I don't want to call it a gimmick. That makes it sound cheap. But it was more of an experiment to have chat running around and you're able to like bump them around with physics and stuff like that. I don't know where I'm gonna go with this, but I do want it to be more than just me sitting in the corner of the screen playing games. So yeah. So I don't know entirely where. I mean, I'm not gonna go VR because I don't have that set up for one thing. Love to do it someday. At least get more tracking, more like full body type tracking. So right now, the walking is just the game controller. This is the VTuber controls. I've got my hand tracking and my iPhone tracking. But what I would do more with this, not entirely sure yet. Besides moving to different locations within, it's like, oh, now I'm in my office, now I'm in the factory. I do want to build out more interactive scenes. And, have like hook it up to Twitch to have more like channel point redeems and stuff like that. But we're getting there. We're slowly building this out. Definitely the Unity newbie in Unity, as I usually have my stream titled for this kind of work. It's all more fun experimentation. We'll see where we go from there. But I definitely want to build out my level, my environment, my VTubing environment. I just have to brainstorm what to do after I've done that. So we'll see. We'll see where that goes. But I think I am going to call it here for the night. It is getting a little later. Had a late start, so I allowed myself a little bit later of an end. But yes, thank you for stopping by. And yeah. Tonight's fairly successful. We have the intro splash that repeats and oh well. Not done in After Effects, all done right in here because I want to be able to pull in the variables for like changing up the description, and I want to do something very similar for raids. So when the raid comes in, it does like I want to do it within Unity instead of within OBS. But that also goes along with the immersive property to it too. Because I do want to stream more from this, whether it's just outputting my transparent background like we have here, or if it is fully within my little world. So we'll see how it goes. But for now, we are going to head on out and let's find someone to raid. Well, here we go. Let's see. We are gonna raid Dead. Okay. And let's do something fun here. We got bam. Rescue raid. Gotta copy that. Bam. Okay. And we'll go stop on by and say hi. Oh, I just have to remember to unmute. There we go. All right. Catch y'all next time. And see you over there. All right. Yeah, you too.